All right, folks, welcome back to the Plain Fun RC channel as we're continuing our update here on the DeHavilland DH88 by Advanced Scale Models. So we got our brushless motors in. These are the ones by, these are the Hymax, sorry, there we go, Hymax brushless motors available through Max Products. And this particular motor is their HB 3630 1500 kilovolt. Equal to roughly about a 40 size two-stroke nitro engine. And what you do is you get these wonderful clamshells, and you can see I've got a clamshell right down there. That's one half of it, and the top half is here, and they're finned, which allows for better cooling. And they go over top of the motor like this. Here, I've got two right here, and they are basically pressure mount in place. Very simple, very easy to mount, and you can see I've got one over here that's already in. It's the bottom half. And we're working on the other one here, bottom half of this one. We're using our wonderful Great Plains dead center tool. This thing is fantastic. It's actually got a little drill bit right there in the very center. You can see it sticking out. Oops, okay, there we go, about as close as we can possibly get there. There we go, that's better. And it's fantastic, it provides dead center holes. And if you are using this type of motor with the clamp, you want you to see that, notice how the actual clamshell lines up at the edge of the motor mounts. That's very important, so keep that in mind when you're going through and you're installing this type of motor. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna get the mount in place. And one little FYI tip, I strongly recommend that you do all your soldering and connect your speed control to the motor before doing a final installation, because the leads are very short and it's not a lot of room here to be able to grab those wires and connect them to the speed control. All right, oh, by the way, it does come with a pressure mount fitting for the prop. I had actually also purchased these from Max Products. It's the MPI prop adapter for 5mm shaft, and has a set screw. You can see it right there. I did not know that this came with an actual shaft. So anyway, that's where we are at the moment. More to come. All right, folks, continuing with our update here. What I did is we've got our ESCs all soldered up. Now, I went ahead, and one of the things that I'm going to make a staple of after having completed the long easy that were in the previous build is these anti-spark connectors. As you can see, I've got them soldered up here. There's a number of different brands. Venom, which is a trusted brand, Venom makes them. And you can see it right here. Here's some information if you're trying to locate them. So they're a great brand. They're the AS150s, as you can see there. And what it is, just a quick reminder, remember the anti-spark, here's the one of the ESCs. The anti-spark connector, which is this one here that has the capacitor, that has the anti-spark, that one always connects to the ESC. Now this other extension that I created here, because many of my batteries have the Dean's connector. This other extension here, this does not have the anti-spark. So just keep that in mind. Once again, when you're connecting, the anti-spark goes on the positive side of the ESC. And you can see I've got an ESC there all soldered up, and the connectors are connected. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get these connectors connected to the motor. Because of once again, as I mentioned previously, the configuration is so tight inside that cowling, there's no way you can install that motor and then connect these connectors. So we'll do that, and then we'll get the motor installed, and then our next step is we're going to start figuring out where we're going to put a battery tray on this thing, because the instructions show the battery sitting in the front portion up in here, but there's no way. There's a cowling that sits there. It'd be next to impossible to fit a battery in there. So this plane, while great for electric, they did not really take a great deal of time to design it properly for electric. So more than likely the battery is probably going to end up back in the wheel well back there, the battery tray. So anyway, all right, more to come. All right, folks, continuing with our update here. You can see we've got our clamshell in place. Our motors are mounted, and we're good to go. So what I found, as you can see, if you look at the clamshell here, you'll notice just the edge of the motor is right there, is right on the rear portion. So that works absolutely perfect. Gives the proper distance between this portion here and the spinner. I think I'm going to go with a turbo cool spinner from True Turn, because we really need to make sure there's adequate cooling getting in here. As you can see here with the bottom half of the cowling that I have here in the bag, That's all there is. There's just a little slot there, so there's really no cooling getting to the engine itself. So it's best that I go ahead and make sure we've got some kind of spinner where air is passing through the spinner and getting to the motor to cool it properly. All right, now the focus is getting that ESC mounted and getting a battery tray in, so more to come.